Have I at all? Home sweet home. It has taken forever in the day to prepare, but all is well. Yes, ended. Just one more fucking day. And then I'll get, well, hopefully a day off. Well, hopefully. That was such a lovely thing, isn't it? Yes, I'm very, very lucky. Might get my promised day off. Wouldn't that be nice? Hopes and dreams. Of that, I have many. Now, go away. Close you. Open up you. See if YouTube is loaded. It is not. Of course not. Well then. Since I actually don't have the time to prepare anything beforehand, we'll go for the easy solution. Welcome, little William. Well, not much. Had some nice extra work handed to me just as my shift was over and had to stay a bit longer, which was fun and dandy, but apart from that, you know, not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, then. Oh. Then I've been sitting here for like 5 minutes while I set this up listening to troll drum beats. Like, cause you know, trolls. Well, that's tiring. Hello there, little snowy. But I kinda expected it. I'm working on it. Sadly, since this is not my own business, I actually have to get myself the qualification needed to run the place. But I'm working on it. Just another 9 more months or so working at actually below minimum wage until I get my nice little license. And then I need 1 more year to get the big license. And then, technically speaking, I can run such a place with its 100 something employees. I'll have power unlimited. And at least enough money to buy games when I want to, because Jesus Christ. I quite literally have a fund budget right now of about 20 fucking euros a month. That's a bit too little. Doesn't make me happy, let's just say. God knows. Yeah, just, you know, me being a small little employee. A trainee, technically speaking. Since they're actually not paying me even the minimum wage required, you could say. And not very communist. Very capitalist, honestly. Now it's totally okay if I run the place and I can decide to not pay people minimum wage, but if I'm the one not getting paid, I'm kind of feeling a small bit of resentment. Let's just say. Alas, resentment, I might have much.
How are you? Be good.
Yeah, not even. It's just that trainees have special place in the hierarchy. And they are not bound by any of the tariff contracts that are around, because that's still technically speaking free, so they can pay basically just a tiny bit less. And that tiny bit less when you're not earning much is really hurting. I mean, before taxation, my my salary actually went down like 500 euros just from that. And it hurts. It hurts a bad. Very bad. But hey. That's kind of the deal I agree to. It's like, yes, you work under shit conditions for like... how long actually until that? We have almost November. So November, December, January, February, March. And when is it? 7 months? Pretty much, yeah. 7 months to go. And then I'll be free of that. And there's one advantage to this particular employer, because they'll actually, because, you know, after my training, technically speaking, they don't have to offer me a job, but no, that is actually part of the contract. So yes, payment is shitty, but I have a safe job after that. Which means I will immediately start earning more money again. Actually more money than I earned my own shop at the end. Alas. Okay, before I get myself even more depressed thinking about the next 7 months, and how the fuck I'm gonna survive that without starving, a surprisingly realistic scenario that's actually not. There's some advantages to working at a huge store like this. For example, right now I'm working on the fresh stuff, you know, vegetables and nonsense. And we have a whole shelf full of smoothies and stuff. Now, the cool thing about smoothies is, well, apart from that they're absolutely fucking overpriced, because the smallest bottle we have is almost 2 euros. So, nothing I could afford. But those things do not have long shelf life. Which means we have to kind of sort them out pretty often. Like today we have sorted out like 10 or so. And when the evening comes and it's the date that is written on it, I can take those with me. So now, I'm not gonna starve. I will survive on bloody fucking smoothies or something. Liquid diet. Okay, now before I get more depressed, because I'm making myself depressed, let's start our own little horror stories so I can actually amuse myself with somebody who's even worse. Well, in many, many ways. Namely, more Chris. While that is going on, I'm going to start living. Does you don't have food banks? Technically speaking, we don't. There is, technically speaking, a food truck that comes around once a week and offers food, but you do need a certain, ever since Corona started, you need a certain thing, a little text thing from, I think, the city itself, in order to get stuff from them, because apparently many people misuse that system. So now they're kind of like, okay, we only really give it to people who, you know, are registered. But, I mean, as long as I work at in this particular store, there'll always be something that is gonna get thrown away anyway. Because we can't sell things if they reach the date to which, you know, their shelf life lasts, according to the manufacturer. The minimum date. You know, technically speaking, still good. I can just take them home and eat them. Technically, I could put a few of those things in my freezer and eat them later. Yes, I will. I will munch as much free stuff as I can, because if I don't get money, I will get anything else I can get benefit-wise out of that. I'm not going to fucking starve in those 7 months. I'll get this shit done. Then I start working for them in a normal full-time capacity, as a normal employee, a qualified employee, mind you, which will double, more than double actually, my salary immediately. That's just the starting salary. Then I'll basically do that while I finish up the other qualification. That is basically just a course, a school course basically. That's all theoretical nonsense for another year. Then I do have to do the whole what's it called? Fuck's sake, my mind is... I had quite a bit of overtime today, so my mind is kind of not working like I wanted to. Yeah, right, then I have to do the written exam again, which is not too bad, honestly. I have one after a year and one after another year, basically. And then there's the verbal one, which is a huge presentation thing, basically, but meh. I'm not too afraid of that, honestly. And if I get that done, then I actually have all of the qualification I need to run a fucking store. And if I can get a chance of doing that, well, suddenly I'm earning enough money to actually live relatively comfortable and buy all the games I ever want to play and stream and what the fuck ever not. Just a little bit more time. Well, you know, it's also a nice opportunity to actually collect some cash if I might want to start another business myself. Because that requires money first and foremost. Money that I don't have right now. Oh, look at that. Good shit. Yeah, little bot. I know you're trying your best. Let me just quickly kill you. I mean, believe it or not, I'm quite well aware that there are some very, very desperate sluts in this area. I know, because I actually know some of those desperate sluts. Oh, always funny, honestly. Yeah, why can't I get a man? Well, it's not like you can't get a man. Like you're kinda... not letting the ones that actually want you get a pass. Why do you try to throw yourself at people that you will never ever get? But well, it's a whole nother debate. Never get one more fucking call while I'm working. But like, I need somebody to talk to. I'm going to throw my own version of a hissy fit. Which is one of many, many, many bad words screamed very, very loudly. Oh well, now we can start more Christian. So I have some horror in the background.
Magi-chan and the Pokemon Mewtwo, writing that she loved her husbands very much. Upon commenters notifying her that in
Disgusting.
the Magi-chan picture, a Fanta logo could be seen, and that
Probably not good.
Mewtwo appeared to possess a large penis showing through his shorts, she deleted the tweet. This was soon replaced by a similar tweet, now showcasing fan art depicting all of her alleged spouses, with the Mewtwo illustration now replaced with a less lewd rendering.
Poor Mewtwo.
People noticed that the
giant
tweets
cock
were
got
location
stolen.
tagged in Australia, as if they were posted from there. The
Let's
captain
see,
asked about the location
Roasted
discrepancy,
Pleasant
but
Round.
Chris
I
apparently
think
did
that's
not
a good
seem to
quest
care
to do.
about it.
Meh,
On
probably.
October 14th,
We'll try our
from
bestest.
Chris's Twitter account came the message.
Ah,
Help! My love,
Help!
Christine's mind is not as
Help!
healthy as it could be. Yes, it
Yes.
is I, the one and only Magi-chan Sonichu.
why don't I believe
Yesterday,
you?
I was in Australia visiting with the president. Now
Sure.
I am continuing that journey, but I digress. Christine's pets need food.
Yeah.
Please donate.
How about you
Signing
stop
with a
spending
message
your money
with a
on
string
shit and
of
actually
purple
save your
heart,
money?
lightning bolt,
You
and
bitch
purple
boy.
heart emojis, signifying
Bloody
that
disgusting.
it was Magi-chan. This tweet appeared to be sent
Okay, we
from
go through
Auckland,
here, then
New
go
Zealand,
here.
leading Kiwi Farms members to assume that her
Now
account
then, since
was
I
in
have
the
some
control of a troll,
free.
perhaps either residing in the region
How
or
much
taking
she's
their
staying there? That's
location by using a
250
virtual private
milliliters.
network or VPN.
That's 1/4 of a
Soon
liter.
after, Christine
It's still
seemingly
bottle.
took back
In my hand
control
right now.
over her account
Costs
and
almost
wrote
2
that her
euros.
mind
It's amazing
has
that
been
people buy
receiving
this shit.
psychic upgrades
I mean, it's a
from the
fucking
cosmos,
smoothie. It's not that
among
difficult to
other
make,
things.
is it now?
Signing her tweet with a lightning bolt,
I mean,
blue
quite
heart,
literally.
and lightning bolt emojis.
You take some
functioning
fruit,
as
put them in a little
Christine's
mixer thing.
signature.
You
Later
commit
again,
some vegetable
Magi-chan
holocaust.
Sonichu apparently returned
Voila,
to write
smoothie.
that Christine would be busy in preparing for a
Meh.
so-called
Why the fuck would you pay for that fucking 2 euros? I don't know. Hey, if I get it for free.
All those who weren't yet saved
And I
to
enjoy
give
the taste of
themselves
the
to
rich peoples.
CPUs. He later added that Chris's former friend, Megan Schroeder, had a pivotal role to play in what was
Ah, then
coming
let's test
and
this
asked for
overpriced
someone
shit.
to contact her so she could awaken the CPU goddess within her. Magi-chan signed his tweets with his alleged initials MGS before writing
Eh,
a third tweet
okay,
correcting
I guess.
himself, signing it correctly with MCS.
If I had paid almost 2 euros for this, I would
Magi-chan
be
then
disappointed.
posted a photo of Christian and Megan, calling for her to wake up, as there was truly a goddess inside her. Upon asking Christine about these latest tweets, the captain informed Kiwi Farms readers
Yep.
that she was not
have
concerned
been
about them
disappointed.
in the slightest.
Very,
2 days
very
later,
much.
Chris told him that things were going fine, as she had just accompanied her mother Barbara to a doctor's checkup, who found her in good condition. On October 17th,
well, that's good.
Chris urgently tweeted that she needed money for food to survive, considering that she was still partially human.
Get a
Funds
fucking
were also
job.
needed for her mother and their pets. Her tweet was seemingly interrupted by a message written by her spouses, Magi-chan and Mewtwo, who urged others to donate to her.
Sure.
Chris then wrote that if she received enough money, she was willing to go visit Megan Schroeder, along with her mother and her poly loves, so that they could convince Megan that she was truly a goddess. The captain then privately messaged Megan
Well, on the
herself, informing her about the tweets. She relates to
Third
him that she
blood
possessed
slip,
guns
it's okay,
and would like Chris to know
taste-wise.
that fact. Chris then promptly alerted her
yeah, but only
followers
okay,
that
honestly.
a quote-unquote trusted source had told her that Megan had guns and so would not be visiting her. Chris closed her tweet with a wish for Megan to have a heart. Chris privately texted the captain detailing the origins of Megan's CPU,
Ah.
Red Heart's soul, claiming it had come from an obscure Nintendo-produced game console that was only distributed in Germany. Jacob
Wait a second, what?
Sockman then messaged Megan as well.
Give me a second. I need to read that shit.
Would not be visiting her. Chris closed her tweet with a wish for
on.
Megan to have a heart.
Come on, give me the
Chris
blue text.
privately texted,
An obscure console of Nintendo that was limited to Germany. There was never an obscure console of Nintendo limited to Germany. I'd be fucking knowing that. I'll Google that quickly. Nintendo console German exclusive. I'm pretty damn sure there was never a thing like that. I mean, it was the Vice, but that was not German exclusive. Satellaview. Hmm. Yes, owners will still be able to download games via satellite. I mean, I remember reading about that, but there was never a fucking release of that shit, was there? Bloody Vice lying to me. Are there some German exclusive games, maybe? Oh yeah, for the Game Boy and Game Boy Color, actually. But no. That's a fucking lie and a half. There's no such thing. I'm a fucking German and I've been playing games for so fucking long, I should know.
The captain detailing the origins of Megan's CPU, Red Heart's soul, claiming it had come from an obscure Nintendo-produced game console that was only distributed in Germany. Jacob Sockness then messaged Megan as well over Facebook, warning her about Chris coming, and said that if she hated Chris, she should burn her down like a California wildfire. Megan wrote that she was not interested in being involved with her in any way.
I tasted almost €2 of smoothie and I'm not feeling better.
Alone. Sockness further wrote that it was unfortunate that Megan had had such bad experiences with disabled people like Chris and himself, but not all were like Chris. He added that he was saving up money to meet with Christine and asked Megan if she knew whether or not Chris was ticklish, for he planned to tickle her if they were to ever meet. Megan promptly blocked Jacob. On October 18th, Christine received a plush doll of Sonichu created by a Twitter follower, made largely in response to her losing $6,000 during the Idea Guy saga, as a means for Chris to then sell it herself and make a profit. Chris said that the ears and tail of the doll should have been stuffed like the rest of the body, but otherwise felt it was very cute. The maker of the plushie commented that they were mad. When Chris asked why, they wrote back that it was because Christine could not help but complain. For that, Chris apologized and added that she really liked the doll. She then wrote a tweet clarifying that if people were to make copies of her original creations, they should do so with great heart. She commented that even though the Sonichu plushie was cute, it could do with more work, and that anyone aiming to recreate her creations should put in maximum effort.
What a bitch
Chris
boy.
deleted the tweet after about 10 minutes. Brian Shickley, the author of the Chris Chan prequel comic, then interjected to say that Chris should apologize with quote-unquote maximum effort.
Well,
One of her
that's not
Twitter
gonna mean much coming
acquaintances,
from Chris.
Tingsings, messaged her, saying that considering the maker of the doll had done it in their free time, and for free, giving them a backhanded compliment like Chris did may have felt like getting punched in the face, and asked her to reserve her complaints for those she would pay for commissions, and not someone spending their free time to make a free gift. Chris apologized,
Very
stating that
good
she had a lot of
point, isn't
everything
it?
there on her mind. By the next day, she wrote a couple of apologetic tweets, stating that it was not her place to criticize a free plushie, and that she had forgotten how many supportive and appreciative fans she had to be thankful for. She promised that it would not happen again.
I
On
would be
October
surprised if that
19th,
does not happen again.
Christine told her readers that she had just discovered a new special Sonichu character known as Jeichu, whose counterpart in the real world happened to
I've
be
been
the
expecting
captain.
We
you.
want to
The
kill.
captain then logged into Chris's Twitter account to delete
Walk
2
with
tweets
fear.
announcing the creation of the character. She then stated that no one in the house, even the pets, would be able to eat anything over the weekend
Aw.
unless she received more donations.
It's your
A
own
Twitter
fault,
user
though.
notified her that they would be informing authorities and inquire if the Chandler's pets could be rehomed and taken care of by someone
me I
more
hate you.
capable. YouTuber Shuwon Head also chimed in, suggesting that Christine could start to do live streaming to increase her funds, since she could not live solely on people's empathy, and so instead could cash in on her quote-unquote meme status. By the next day, she received a new patron for her Patreon page, pledging $100 per month, and so notified curious Twitter users that she was doing better financially, but still could use more money. Around a day later, Chris purchased 3 PlayStation 4 games, including one from the Hyperdimension Neptunia series, at a total cost of around $100. On the 23rd, Christine was sued for unpaid debt again by Midland Funding, with the hearing set for December 19th. On that same day, she posted a concerning tweet.
Yeah, we have to go to.
When the worlds merge, I will have access to tons of savings in Quickfill. It is a lot of money. Indeed, 10-to-1 is my repayment rate. For anyone wondering what the merger will look like, consider this, but show everyone reaching the light turning into Sonichus and Rosechus. Her message was accompanied by an image showing people caught in a lightning storm up in the clouds, ascending toward a godly light. This tweet was very quickly deleted. She soon after sent out the same tweet again, only this time the attached image had a more pleasing blue hue rather than the original orangey glow, in addition to the reference of people changing into Sonichus replaced with a comment to state that they would be able to visit the other dimension. Chris later clarified the meaning behind her posts. Also, on this one tweet here, I realized when Magi-chan tweeted it, the comparison on the Ascension where those chosen would become Sonichus and Rosechus, that was a metaphor for y'all's understanding of the situation. Seriously, you all who make it through will remain human. On the bright side, those of you who do make it with your own OCs in C-197 and its Equestria and other areas other than Earth, y'all will be able to meet and hang out with them.
Maybe?
Good times. And getting to meet your favorite superheroes, among which is cool. Suffice to say, after that, beware the villains and supervillains. Let us superpowered heroes deal with them. Thank you.
Yep, it is.
On October 26th, Christine made a YouTube video to explain the so-called dimensional merge.
I was just kind of getting ahead of myself.
This is Christine Chandler coming to you live from home once again.
Yay.
And we're going to talk about the recent, more obvious topic of the dimensional merge. Yes, this dimension, right here, 1218. It's going to be merged with our sister dimension, C-197, where most of our superheroes, supervillains, OCs, and what have you, and other characters have been existing and coexisting.
Yeah, that's gonna work splendidly.
Everybody who survives this will get to meet their favorite superheroes among others.
Yeah, we're probably gonna kill the Khan first. That's
yes, those are going to
probably a good idea to get that out of the way.
Those are not going to survive. But fortunately, should be most of the Earth population.
Yuzoton Caravan.
Aside from that, the
Jam.
decision is definitely supported by me, but also going to be made in part by your goddess of this Earth.
What's up?
Yep. Parent of Jesus.
Glad I could help.
That's not good.
It's a woman. Okay? Yep. Let's get that mind blower out of the way. I am Mrs. Christine Weston Chandler Sonichu. CPU, Blue Heart of Quickville, and Kama, and the consoles of Commodore.
Yo!
Getting used to that, and I'm still adjusting and learning the ropes of all my responsibilities, powers, and everything. Still in development.
You don't say.
Anyway, in the coming days up to the dimensional merge, you're definitely going to see some visual differences in your local surroundings. So just be mindful and watchful of your surroundings, and
Already gets annoyed right in the middle of its own little spiel.
you can tell obviously this is really coming from my heart. I have no script.
Really?
This is me
So
explaining it.
don't
as
fucking
best
lie
as
to
I
me,
can.
Chris. You never
to-
use a fucking script.
This Earth, in this dimension,
Heck,
1218.
I probably have used the script more often in my fucking
Anyway,
lifetime
don't
than
panic.
you. And
Remain calm.
I don't use
We
fucking
will get through
scripts for
this.
my
We will survive.
content.
And also, I definitely
But I do have to hold
need
some presentations in my lifetime so far.
personal address
And
to
yeah,
her
having a
this
bit of a
world.
script for that does kind of help, honestly. It doesn't need to be,
Megan
you know,
Schroeder. And if anybody
a perfect
tries,
one. Just a few nice notes so you don't
contacts her,
lose yourself.
Do not contact Megan Schroeder of this world at
Somewhere
all.
in the middle, you know.
Okay.
Happens sometimes.
I'm essentially
What's
speaking
that?
to her directly
Troll hunter.
through this video, so then
Disgusting troll
she can get a better
hunter.
understanding from
Well,
the
doesn't
recent
really matter to
events
me.
and what we've been letting her know about recently. Megan Schroeder still has been so many years since we've talked with each other. I want you to know, first off, that I definitely have no ill feelings against you, and I strongly
Yeah.
support your relationship with your sweetheart.
And do you know what she
And
strongly
obviously,
supports?
I'm not
You
gonna
staying
come
the
after
fuck
you
away.
whatsoever. I have been married since last
Call
March
her
to my
Battlelord.
Magic
That's not
Chance
what I'm looking for.
sidekick,
I look
Chriselle
for a name.
Rochew.
Battlelord.
and more recently became married to Savine Rochew and Mewtwo.
Yes, but she has actually
But
gotten
anyway,
married in real life.
Megan,
You only in your fucking fantasy.
Your counterpart in C197, leader of the
Yes.
island nation of Krasna. Because
What?
after I had talked with your counterpart, we still had in possession the original transformation pen that she had.
You know, normally
I
if
wanted
some
to make sure I got in the right hands,
things
so
like this get spewed from somebody's mouth, I
got
usually assume
Megan.
drugs.
it was delivered to me.
Heavy
delivered to
usage.
You have it.
Heavy drugs.
And you also got to share at least half of it of Red Heart's powers and memories.
Of course you're
So,
gonna take me on, yeah.
Yes, Megan Schroeder,
Yup, stop being a
you
bitch.
are indeed a goddess. Just like I became a goddess.
No, you're not.
Because we were bestowed memories and everything.
Neptune, the goddess.
So,
Yep,
sooner
yes, I get
you
it. You're just as
wake
a
up to that
fucking freak.
realization,
It's so far
there
out,
will be.
not even fucking funny.
So, with that, I will be ending
think there
this
he
video
is.
shortly, but know that
Nice.
everyone, be aware of your surroundings. The changes are going to happen as the
Yes,
two
I am very,
dimensions merge.
very aware of my surroundings. Actually, all this talk about the Hyper Dimension Theory makes me want to play
Don't
it.
fire
I
any
will play it at
weaponry.
some point. Again.
If you end up seeing your favorite
Bitch,
superheroes
please.
or your
You wish to die?
OCs, be glad. I mean, like those famed amongst
I
the brony
don't
community,
think I
you
will.
see your OC characters, and you definitely hear from them telepathically.
Mm-hmm.
Open mind, open heart. Listen up.
Open pants.
I'll help you out in the longer run.
Hey, does that mean all of the hentai protagonists are around?
So, I think
Because we
that
could
pretty much
surely
covers
learn a
it for
few
now.
lessons from them.
Thank you all for listening. I
We'll
am
have an interesting meeting.
Christine
So what's your
Weston
job? Well, you know,
Chandler
I'm a student,
Sonic
but in my free time,
the CPU Blue Heart
kind
of
of
the nations of
racist.
Quickville and Comma and the consuls of Commodore.
that would be an amusing meeting.
Thank you.
Imagining all of
Be
the hentai
safe and have a
protagonists,
great
like,
day.
yep, totally did that.
Chris then told the captain
Exchanging
to send the
techniques,
video
you
to
know.
Megan. She stated that she felt bad for Christine, but would not under any circumstances meet up with her.
Oh yeah, the bone collector one.
Also on that
Oh,
day,
yeah, that's a good
Christine
one to
went
pick up.
back to Twitter to post about the dimensional
Ooh,
merge
can you
and
imagine?
address some negative comments
Can
written
you
on the
imagine?
QE forums. The worlds are not merging quickly enough. I need my savings in Quickville. My mother and I need to eat, and
Well,
yes, I
yes.
enjoy playing new games. The
Yes,
Neptunia
but you also
series
enjoy
expands
eating.
my mind
Decide.
greatly. Don't judge. It's like a Christian reads the Bible, or a Muslim the Quran.
Yeah, but you still have to pay for those
Sheesh.
books.
Not to mention, I'm getting to know my fellow CPU peers more through the gameplay as well, and earning the trophies is a bonus. And if you naysayers must know, I got 4 goddesses online pre-owned with great discounts, and the prototype 2-pack was on clearance. Also,
Still
getting to know better
not
my
the
own
necessary
responsibilities and duties as a CPU for myself.
spending now,
It
is
is
it?
so much more than just answering
Especially
prayers
if
of the
you're
nations
fucking
and God is
starving.
over. I tell you all. At around the same time, Christine took notice of a Twitter account purported to belong to an organization that sold so-called official Sonichu merchandise, which gave some of its proceeds to the autism advocacy charity Autism Speaks.
What's up?
Chris addressed the
Have a
account,
good one.
declaring them a thief,
Okay, damn
and
it.
that Autism Speaks did not deserve
Christian,
money
yes,
that was
it's
destined
Christian
for
again.
her. She demanded that the producers of the merchandise cease their sales unless she is guaranteed
hello there,
some
little
of the
strategy
profits.
member.
Hey, how you
Sonichu
doing?
official merchandise
Welcome back to more
then
horror
tweeted
stories,
a
because
private
we
message
will
they
never
received
stop.
from Chris, who told them that it
Until
was
it's
actually
over.
Magi-chan who had written the previous tweet, and that she wanted them to email her so her associates could help negotiate an arrangement. Chris then exclaimed on Twitter that she was not high all the time and did not smoke pot while driving. She then added
But you
that
don't
she was
note
not
the-
as irresponsible
No,
as
the
everyone thought,
accusation
and
of
that
actually-
mislabeling made her want to
that's not even
scream.
good, yeah.
She asked for her observers to leave certain friends of hers alone. Most
Chris
likely
lying
referring to the
outright
group
is
of
nothing new.
transgender
I just have to
teenagers,
accept it.
including Lucas, Devil, and one or two
Stop
others.
going after
dubbed
the
by Kiwi Farms
teenagers.
users, the Teen Troon Squad, with whom Christine regularly socialized and smoked marijuana.
Yeah.
Some of the guard dogs on the Kiwi farms, namely Marvin and the
Here I
captain,
remember when he was like, I
believed
never
that the
checked
Teen
drugs, I
Troon
never
Squad
smoked
were
the stuff,
responsible for much of her recent
and I was like,
strange
yeah,
behavior
I don't do
and
my
believed
driving.
the concept
Okay.
of the dimensional merge was their creation.
Ugh.
Some members of the friend group later clarified that they did not introduce to her the idea of the merge, but did encourage it. Finally,
Why would
on
you
October
encourage that?
26th, a Kiwi Farms user privately texted Chris, asking about her
Oh.
lost cat, Sorbet. She confirmed that he never came back, and was determined to have died, considering that Christine confirmed that Sorbet's soul had traveled to the dimension C-197 and
Oh,
merged
poor
with his
kitty.
counterpart there, thusly transforming into an anthropomorphic cat, apparently a common occurrence. Chris also wrote that she apparently met the anthropomorphic Sorbet herself. On October 29th, Christine wrote a long thread of tweets, trying once again to explain the dimensional merge,
Yeah.
punctuating each tweet with an animated GIF from
That's gonna
various
work
sources.
Splendidly
She
well.
later added that she thought around half of the Earth's population would survive the merge.
Cool. And the other half is
Kristen
just getting
notified
fucked.
the captain that she intended to cooperate
pleasant.
with the Sonichu merchandise team to create a written guide to the dimensional merge.
Well, guess
proofread and
I'll just
supplemented
die
with
then, I
professional
suppose.
illustrations. She would in turn receive 50%
Is it that
of
or
the
I'll drive
profits.
on the other side and meet all of the Ender
As the
protagonists? I
Chandler
seriously
household
want to get some
slipped
advice how you
further
get those
and further
bitches so
into debt,
fucking high on
and the
crop.
future looked more and more uncertain.
Ah.
Christine tried her hardest to escape
The sheer
misery
amusement of that
her
would
life
be
by
amazing,
creating
to
the
be
hope
fair.
for a new one. She hoped all her and others' creations would come alive and live side by side with her. She hoped that if she tried
Wait a second,
really
do I need to
hard
kill
to
you? I
believe in
don't.
the merge, it could
Well, that was
indeed
my
come
mistake.
true. She
Ah,
hoped
well,
that
well,
if people
well.
agreed with her, it could let her know that there truly could be
Also, what
a
an
way
over
out
bloody
of
filled
the life she
dimension
made.
that must be. If every bloody villain and heroes there, all of the OCs that have created, then well, fuck me. That thing is overrun as fuck. Probably not even enough space to breathe any longer. Still, you know. Why not get in and take a fun interpretation of that for once? Ah. Well, I guess technically we are not supposed to be having fun with that, sure. What we say. Yeah, just die. I've already killed quite a few of you. Now that I think about it. We did so for the fucking Warlock quest.
I need to get closer.
And we need to kill more of them, because, well... Dead live.
The so-called bluegrass state. Like
What?
previous suspicious tweets,
We're supposed to be starting at the beginning. I'm pretty sure you start at 0. Not at 70 minutes. Probably at some point clicked on the video, zapped
What made
forward,
her
was
this
confused. Zapped never backwards.
what
Was
is the attraction?
dead.
What keeps us fascinated
Betrayer! Oh no, I hate Fury
This is the
Betrayer.
story.
Even worse.
of Christianity?
He's full of hate and fury. Or maybe he just hates Fury. Who knows? I sure as hell don't. And I need to kill the Hellcallers, which means I need to kill the ones that have pets down there.
On October 30th, 2018,
That's such a pain in the ass,
Christine
though.
continued to write extremely long threads on Twitter, attempting to explain to her followers the concept
Isn't
behind
the idea of
dimensional
Twitter
merge,
actually
or
more
the
bound
foretold
towards
alleged
short
merging
text
of
messages?
the real-world dimension of 1218 and the dimension C197,
Well, I mean, not if you're
which
Chris, of
contains
course.
the living
In the case
embodiments
of Chris, it's like,
almost
nope,
all
nope,
fictional
nope, nope.
cartoon characters and alternate versions of most of the residents of the actual Earth. Upon finishing her 3-part extended Twitter thread, she felt she had written enough to complete the Merge Survival Guide book that was previously planned as a collaborative project with the team
Yo,
behind
welcome,
the Sonic
military.
official merchandise Twitter account.
You're here too to learn more about the Dimension Merge and all the nice options we'll have with that.
Confusion at her relatively brief text.
I found something I'm
claiming
looking forward
what Chris
to.
had written was not long enough for a fully fledged book.
And all
Also
of this madness.
on October 30th, Christine unveiled a new kitten that had approached her
Why?
from a litter of newborn cats in their backyard.
You can't even take
She
care of the
named him
pets you
Patches
have.
and brought
At
him
the
to a
fucking
vet
moment.
where he
Why
was
don't you
diagnosed
have
with
fucking more now?
conjunctivitis in his left eye and
Yeah, I
given
can see that.
medicine. Chris elaborated on Twitter that the Chandlers had been feeding the wild cats in the backyard for a while, and that 2 more kittens had snuck into the property, but were
Oh
still
boy.
hiding.
How
On
are you,
October
military?
31st, Chris revealed
Very
her
important
Halloween
question.
costume, Princess Savina from the cartoon series The Smurfs. She plans to attend a bar and grill restaurant and enter a costume contest, and later added that her 4 spouses, Magichan, Sylvana, Crizel, and Mewtwo,
Ever more
who
spouses.
apparently could not be photographed, were also dressed up as characters from the Smurfs. In the aftermath of the event, Chris wrote that the restaurant had a great atmosphere, friendly employees, and good tea and burgers. On November 1st, Christine tweeted that the dimensional merge would happen before the end of the year, though was
Ooh.
uncertain on which day. On
Come on,
November
merge the
2nd,
dimensions.
Chris
I want to see
informed
myself getting
trusted
proven
QB
right.
Farms member, the captain, that the other 2 kittens have formally been welcomed into the Chandler's home,
Great.
and all 3 were ill.
More mouths to
On that
feed
same
that
day,
you can't afford.
Christine posted on Twitter that her new family of kitties all suffered from conjunctivitis and needed immediate medical attention. She asked
yes,
for help
they
from
would
her followers
need immediate
since she
fucking
feared her
medical
new
attention.
cats would not survive until the merge. The captain, via text message, told Chris that he was furious that she was using the kittens to beg for money
Yes.
and ordered her to take the kittens to the vet. Other forum users noted that the tweet seemed to have been sent from New Zealand, like some tweets posted in October, positing that perhaps the message was written and sent by a troll. Chris then wrote that the cats were recovering in warmth and comfort, with paper to relieve themselves onto, and good music from radio stations.
Why does the whole of the Chandler family has such a unbelievable hatred of litter boxes? You don't just put a fucking piece of paper on the ground and go like, here kitty, this is your toilet. No, you buy a fucking litter box. You put the fucking litter in. Tell the kitty like, here, you have a toilet now. Jesus Christ, what's with that hatred of litter boxes? Ever since the whole fucking beginning. That nonsense. Yes, paper, that's a cat because. And not just a cat, that's also generally speaking very unhygienic for the peoples too. Because I'm pretty sure the dogs also use those sometimes. Because you know, taking the dogs out is apparently another challenge that the Chandler family does not feel the need to indulge in. The animals, yes. The humans, as we have seen, not so much. If you have your... Imagine having the whole fucking corner of your room full of shit. It's fucking disgusting. You should fucking do something about that. Fucking immediately. These fucking idiots. Yeah. Gives
Not
me
long
cancer.
after, a tweet posted from Chris's account that while she was allegedly playing the video game Hyperdimension Neptunia, her mother screamed and alerted her that the family dog, Snoopy, had mauled one of her kittens, posting a graphic photo of the alleged cat carcass. the tweet was quickly deleted, and others found that the image was taken from an online article interviewing visual effects artist James Hatton, and was only one of the examples of his work with his company, Legion VFX. In a discussion with Sonichu Official Merchandise, who were in the process of setting up a fund for the pets, Chris confirmed that none of the kittens had died, and that Animal Rescue had come to their home to assess the situation, and told the Chandlers they were taking good care of the cats. Christine
I
told
highly
the
doubt that were
merchandise
the exact
producers
words they
to not
used.
call Animal Control over to their home again.
Why
Sonichu
not?
Merchandise shared the article from where the image came and suggested that she change her Twitter password. Upon changing her password, Christine then complained that she failed to get verified on the social media site, which would allow her to display a verification mark on her profile.
Is that an important thing?
Shortly
I
after,
don't really see the
Chris
appeal.
shared Sonichu Merchandise's announcement that their emergency fund was open for contributions. She reassured her readers that she personally would not be getting any of the money. After a little while,
not really
Christine
willing to believe
returned
you, though.
to Twitter to
Just
complain
saying.
that someone had called Animal Control to visit her and check on the animals. On November
that
3rd,
really surprising?
Sonichu Official Merchandise confirmed that a shipment of medicine was on its way to the Chandler's home. Chris wrote that previous emotionally strong tweets were apparently written by her husband, Magi-chan, and expressed her thanks to the merchandise
Sure,
team.
just blame it on your
She added
imaginary
that it may be
spouse.
best if money was sent to their home
Oh no,
instead.
no.
She later rejected
No.
their
We have seen what you're doing with money. We're not gonna give you any money. We're not stupid. People normally learn from their mistakes. We have seen what Chris does if he gets money. He spends money on games. That's not illegal. Not a crime. Honestly, I would do the same thing. But not with money that I actually need for other things. Like money for rent, for example. Not money you spend on games. Money for food. That's also not money you spend on fucking games. Like the fucking money for the fucking vet. For your fucking kitties. Yes. That too is not money you fucking spend on games. Okay,
suggestion
idiots.
of donating the kittens to a local animal shelter and claimed that the animals were getting good love and care from the Chandlers. Christine then posted a photo of the 3 cats, now named Liza, Patches, and Sylvia, and revealed that a local vet came to examine them and gave them appropriate medicine, who should not be contacted. Sonichu Official Merchandise confirmed that the veterinarian Chris mentioned was the correct person to be contacted by anyone who was concerned about the family's situation.
Well,
Chris
yes.
then berated the Twitter account,
Are you
once
rare?
again
Yes, you are
reiterating
fucking
that he
rare.
should not be
You
contacted.
will not be rare for long, creature.
Apparently, a Twitter user who contacted the vet confirmed that Chris had gone to the vet a few days
Yes.
ago, before this latest situation
Fair
developed.
argument.
Sonichu Official Merchandise berated Christine because she didn't reveal earlier that the Chandlers already had most of the medication that the merchandise team had sent to her, and told her not to use sick kittens for personal gain. The
Yes,
team
you should
confirmed
not,
with the vet
because that's
that
fucking
Christine
disgusting.
had gone to the veterinarian once.
The fact that we
and
need to
only
point that out
concerning
is
Patches, but had been
amazingly
prescribed
bad.
enough medication to treat all 3 kittens. The mother of the kittens was not treated and was believed to have been kept outside in the yard. The captain asked for an update, and Chris confirmed that the mother stayed outside and refused to come in, which necessitated the family's old cat, Lucy, to fill in as a mother figure. Chris was personally
Oh,
feeling
poor old
overwhelmed
kitty.
over these recent troubles, combined with her role in the dimensional merge, and was so laying down to rest. Christine then pleaded with Sonichu Official Merchandise to send them monetary donations, for they would be gravely necessary come December. Kiwi Farms user, the American Hedgehog, supposed that it was because the Chandlers were to pay a property tax of $607 on December 5th. Meanwhile, the merch
Yeah,
team
so
revealed
what?
that they did not have private conversations
have
with
some
Chris
more
for
time
about
to
a week,
prepare
as
that.
Christine explained that it was because they were insulting her, and even though she appreciated the medicine, she needed money the most.
No, we're not insulting
She
you.
then frustratingly proclaimed that the kittens belonged to her and that she was their mother and loved them all dearly. The captain then told Kiwi Farms members that he was in contact with another local forum user Chris knew from the End Games card game store, who was interested in adopting the orange kitten, Liza, and was planning on visiting the family home to pick up the cat. The identity of the foreign member was not revealed, but they successfully adopted the kitten from Chris after having tea and good conversation with the Chandlers. The friend later confessed that it seemed that bringing the kittens in was in their best interest, as the mother cat was very feral and refused to come close to anyone.
I
The
mean, that
condition
does
of the
sometimes
house
happen.
was reported as being not as bad as others thought, but their 2 dogs were described as extremely overweight.
Yeah, they don't
The
get
new
any
owners
fucking movement.
discovered that Liza
Also
was
gonna
in
be
fact
overweight.
male and renamed him Tingles after treating him for pneumonia. On November
Is anyone
4th,
surprised that the dogs
Christine
would get
wrote on
fat
Twitter
without
that
any
the
fucking
kitten's
movements?
eyes were clearing up well. The next day, Patches developed further health complications, and Chris took him to the local vet again, but he refused to admit the kitten. Instead, she purchased a heating pad and cat food with extra nutrients and cared for him at home. But on November 6th,
not a good
the
option.
kitten passed away in Chris's
Yeah.
arms. She then shared a newer photo of the last kitten that remained with her, Sylvia, with her eye problem visibly improving quickly.
That
Later that day,
animal, that
Kathy
little little
Wesseluk,
kitty,
voice actress
must
for the
have
animated
had
series
devil's
My Little
fucking
Pony,
luck,
Friendship
honestly.
is Magic,
Because it
thanked
is
all the
most
fans of the
definitively
show
not
as the
fucking
cast and
Chris's
crew
care that
approached the
made
final
it get
season
better.
of the series.
No.
Christine replied, thanking
Jesus
her and all
Christ.
the other voice actors for their work, and cheered them on as she falsely claimed the series would go on for another 5 seasons. At around the same time, Chris's car's engine permanently broke, and
Oh.
she submitted the Ford Focus as an auction item, for fixing the engine would have been too expensive.
Yeah,
On
that
November
actually
8th,
is...
she posted a
pricey,
photo
yeah.
of the new kitten Sylvia lying on her head as she lay in bed, shirtless. On the 9th, she shared a YouTube video
Bloody jobless
showcasing
person.
a modified model of Sonic the Hedgehog in the game Sonic Forces that was made to have the appearance of Sonichu.
I mean, you know, as I have pointed out, and I
Aside
think
from a
actually,
small
I
criticism
think that it
of
was
a
actually
missing
with the
brown
Cronus
stripe
tour,
in
we both
his
agreed that
shoes,
yes, if we had the
Chris
option of
loved
staying
the
in bed
mod
until
and
11,
wished for it to be
we'd probably do
available
it,
as a
yes.
free download for the
Ah.
game on all available game systems.
That is, the people actually have to
On
get up
that
and do
same
the
day,
work.
concerned
well
observers
within a
called
right
for
to go like,
animal
bleh.
control to visit the Chandler's
Disgusting
home
jobless
again,
person.
but since they took care
Dishwashed.
of their pets adequately, they were then left alone with no repercussions. Possibly at around the same time, Joshua Moon, the administrator of the Kiwi Farms, received a text message from Christine in which she wrote that an officer from the Greene County Sheriff's Department came to their home to discuss the significant number of troublesome phone calls they were receiving. Chris gave them the phone numbers of Moon and the captain, who may be better at explaining to the officers the means of quelling the nuisance calls. On November 12th, upon learning of the death of Marvel Comics writer, publisher, and producer Stan Lee,
Ooh,
Chris
yeah, that
wrote on
happened too,
Twitter
didn't it?
that fortunately his soul from this dimension merged with that of his still alive counterpart in Dimension C-197, and that he will be seen again after the merge. At around the same time, Kiwi Farms user
I somewhat
Dismedi
doubt that.
noticed Christine writing something on the freedom of speech wall in Charlottesville, Virginia, which allowed for anyone to write what they wanted in chalk.
That's
After
kinda
Chris
cute.
left, the user took
Is he
a
a
photo
girl?
of what she wrote.
It's cute.
It read, Dimensions C-197 and 1218, this world, are merging. Hashtag dimensional merge. Hashtag 1218C197. Be aware of your surroundings.
Hey, can we stop with
Keep
the fucking
calm.
hashtags?
On
It's
November
kinda annoying me at this
14th,
point.
one of Christine's cases for unpaid debt was given a continuance,
Hey,
with the next
surprise,
scheduled
surprise.
court appearance set on January 16th, 2019. On November 15th, Christine explained on Twitter that during the dimensional merge, she estimated that around 51% of the human residents in both dimensions would survive, and 41% would die, with a margin
Well,
of error
how
of
horrible.
8%. She wrote down her calculations on a napkin, likely taken from a McDonald's, and posted a photo of it.
It's very professional.
Also
Yep.
on that day,
Very
it was
professional, yeah.
revealed
Yeah,
that
yeah,
Chris
yeah.
was involved in a crowdfunded effort to recreate the 2001 animated
And I know
motion
where we have to
picture
go next.
Shrek,
Oh boy.
titled Shrek Retold. It consisted of over 200 artists, animators, and filmmakers who each recreated a short segment from the movie. Christine's contribution begins around 25 minutes in. She provided the drawings and voiceover track, but appears that another party animated the character's motions.
This is Christine Chandler. I'll be depicting scene 23. As Shrek exits the ring, the crowd cheers. Yeah! Yeah!
Yep, Thunder fucking
The
Fortress.
bad guy, I forget his name, communicates to the
That's
armed
great.
forces, and Shrek becomes a bit offended, and Donkey is scared. Shall I get the order, sir? No, I have a better idea. People of your luck, I give you our champion. The crowd cheers. What? Congratulations, Ogre! You have won the honor of going on a great and noble quest, says that guy. I forget his name still. I'm already on a quest to get my swamp back. Swamp? Yeah, my
That's for the
swamp,
person who's
where
like,
you
yes, for
and
this
the
one
birds
time I
and
don't use
creatures."
this script.
Okay. Alright, Ogre, I'll make you a deal. Go on this quest for me and I'll give you your swamp back. Exactly the way it was, right down to the last slime-covered toadstool. And this squatters is good as gone. What kind of quest? And I guess that's it for scene 23 of Shrek.
On November
Unbelievable.
17th, Chris uploaded a short
Yeah, I'm
YouTube
sure the
video
part
of
where
her
it's,
playing
I
with
can't
her cat,
I can't remember his
Sylvia.
name. Is absolutely part of the script. I'm sure of it.
Sylvia, you're so silly. Why you're so silly?
Pretty sure.
You said
I mean,
be
come on, you have
grateful.
one job, one singular fucking scene that you're supposed to be doing. You can't even be asked to watch it beforehand and remember the fucking lines.
Cat and mouse
I mean,
reading.
come the fuck on.
There's your meme.
It's not that fucking hard. Heck, I could do
The
it.
next day, someone gained
That was like, what,
access
20
to Chris's Twitter
seconds
account and
of
posted
content?
a short clip of the video she recorded
I mean,
for
come
the
on.
Idea Guys,
If you can't remember
in
it,
which
write-
she
write
nakedly
down
simulates sex with
the
Maggie
lines.
Chan as All-Star by Smash
Write the
Mouth
names.
plays in the background. The video was accompanied by a message purportedly written by someone said to be from the Bluegrass State, likely a reference to Idea Guy, Stephen Boyd, who lived in Kentucky.
See, that's what I
the
mean.
so-called
Then on the other hand, he's
Bluegrass
like,
State.
ah, yes, this one
Like
video.
previous
I'm doing this without a
suspicious
script.
tweets,
Like
this
he would
post
normally
was
use a
location
script. He's
tagged as
fucking
coming
not
from
normally
Sydney,
doing a script. He
New
doesn't
South
fucking know.
Wales. The tweet was deleted within a
No,
minute.
he probably knows what a script is, but
Later on,
he's
Chris
never
tweeted,
using it. This
"The
should
time has
lie.
come. Be sure to pray to the CPUs."
Okay, I
She
will.
then linked to her long Twitter threads
Yo,
explaining
Neptune.
the main concepts
I
of
have
the
forgotten how
merge
to pray,
for anyone who had
but
not
that doesn't
read them
matter.
yet.
Please be nice.
Afterwards,
Okay,
she wrote
thanks.
that the merge was in
Oh, enough
progress
praying.
and would
Did I get a
take
cookie
final
now? No?
effect
Well,
soon.
shit.
It was observed through her
Praying
PlayStation
doesn't
Network
help.
profile that during
As
this
usual.
time, Chris continued to play video games, including an entry from the Hyperdimension Neptunia series.
The Ascension ending.
On November 22nd, Chris wished everyone
I
a
have that
happy
too.
Thanksgiving and called
Oh,
for
well.
them to be thankful for all those who brought joy to
Now, how
them,
does this work?
along with other
Just with
blessings.
burning blade
decorating
number,
her
target dice will
remarks
be
with an
drained, cast
attached
against one if
photo
she's
of
burning.
her
Yeah,
mother
that's what we need
Barbara
to do.
with their cat Sylvia
And we need
on
to
her
find
lap.
the demon
Chris
brooch.
added to her message by listing some of the things she was thankful for, including finally getting married, becoming a CPU goddess, her
You
mother
are
being
not. Go
still
fuck
alive
yourself.
and healthy, their house, kindness from most people around the world, and good music and other simple things.
What do you mean
On
it's not
November
ready yet?
26th,
Fucking take
Christine
me.
shared on Twitter her
Energy,
Amazon
you
wish
bitch boy.
list, or a list of items found on the merchant website Amazon.com, which other people could buy for her as a gift. The list included a plethora of Transformers toys, an Xbox One game console, and a couple of Nintendo handheld game consoles.
Jesus
The next
Christ.
day, Chris asked for advice in dealing with a bout of insomnia, to which one commenter wrote
yeah, in
that
the
they
middle, of
drank
course.
orange-flavored
Oops.
Fanta to go to sleep.
Oh, two of them
foolishly
even.
referencing the 2009 leaked video in which Christian drinks a solution of orange Fanta and his own semen.
Yeah, we know.
This tweet received a reply
We'll never
from
forget
the
about
official
that moment.
Fanta Twitter account, which read, "Nothing but dreams of orange emoji." The reply was soon engulfed with replies regarding Chris's past antics and semen drinking, and was soon deleted.
Yeah,
At
I'm
around the
surprised
same
there.
time,
Oh,
upon
Fanta,
discovering
you shot
that she
yourself.
could create sparks by striking two quartz stones together, she tried to do the same using her amethyst high school ring
That's a
and
bad
another
idea.
amethyst stone. She ended up cracking the stone in her ring and tried to repair it with crazy glue. On December 5th, Chris posted a short video on Twitter of the first sight of snow.
Hey everybody, it's snowing here in 1218. Look at Virginia.
The greatest focus is probably snow.
There's your joke. Have a good day.
This was soon followed by a two-part video review of the cereal Funkos, created by Funko, which was only sold in limited numbers, with Funko Pop figurines contained within the box.
Hey everybody,
Sounds
just wanted to offer a little
basically fits
voluntary
alright. True enough. Name-wise, it fits like a glue, like a glove.
opinion about
The glue fits like a glove.
Funko
Yeah.
brands. Funkos cereal. Just the cereal though, I mean, because having all the pictures and the figures in them is good and all, but the cereal is really good.
Is it?
I mean, various colors they're in, but I mean, hey, Funko Company, you know what you could do with the cereal? Actually put it in the grocery stores and in the cereal aisles of the Walmarts, the Targets, and everywhere. All the actual cereal aisles, instead of just making it a specialty food item available only in certain places, because that berry flavor is totally awesome, and it's a multi-grain cereal, so it's definitely a good part of a balanced breakfast.
Sure. Sure, it is.
On December 6th, Chris complained
Yeah,
on
that-
Twitter that trolls
The whole
were
idea,
adding
I think,
items
is that
on
it
their
is
Amazon wish
obviously
list to their
the
cart
vanity
as if they were to buy them before
purchase.
canceling their order, thusly emptying her wish list. She asked for Amazon to rectify their system so that wish list items would not be removed if the orders were cancelled, and that wish lists should not be abused by anyone other than the creators of their own wish lists. Kristen returned to write that she enabled a setting to make her wishlist items unable to disappear, before adding a large selection of Amiibo figurines to the list,
Yeah, I'm not
making the
surprised.
total number of items on the wishlist 96. On December 7th, an unknown individual texted
My succubus
messaged
survived
Christine
one
to
health
ask her
point.
about the dimensional merge.
That's
to which
amazing.
she replied that events leading up to the merge
Really
were
amazing.
happening, and that the climatic merge would be happening very soon.
Yep,
Indulging
you
in her
said so already.
fantasies, the individual asked for more details,
Oh,
claiming to
great.
hope to spend time with their original characters for Christmas. Chris wrote that the wildfire occurring in Florida at the time was one sign of the merge, in addition to the imminent death of US President Donald Trump, who was to be replaced by his counterpart from Dimension C-197. The person then wrote that they were interested in buying something from her wish list and inquired why they should be purchased specifically from Amazon. Christine replied that it was nice for everyone to know what she needed/wanted, and
Yeah,
singled
needed.
out
You need
replacement
Amiibo
Wii U
figures.
and
That's
Xbox
totally
One game
something you
consoles as
need.
priorities, along with some other items. 3 days later, Chris wrote on Twitter that the dimensional merge would happen soon, and that some of the telltale signs of it already developing were the wildfires in California
Yeah, sure,
and romaine lettuce
wildfires.
being recalled due to an outbreak of E. coli bacteria.
What?
Also
Come
on
on,
this day,
Chris.
in response to artist and YouTuber Mad Munchkin posting a collection of drawings of dogs from movies,
I have-
Chris replied saying that dogs and
I'm
puppies,
outnumbered.
in addition to cats, were cute, attaching a selection of photos of her cats, Lucy and Sylvia, and her two dogs, Clover and Snoopy, visibly overweight. On December 8th, Chris made a short video addressed to one Gracie, whose story of being bullied for her looks was shared by her father
damn it.
and then further spread by My Little Pony
This sounds
voice
like actors
actress
as witness.
Tara
Yep.
Strong.
Hi Gracie, this
Pretty
is Christine
much.
Chandler giving you a little support.
And are you really
I
surprised?
hear you being bullied. Don't let the bullies bother you. I mean, I've been there with you. I was bullied in my childhood too.
Mm-hmm. We
I was
know.
bullied for being
We get so.
different because of my autism. And I didn't let that
Chris,
stop me.
Chris.
I was cyberbullied
Don't
since
blame it on your
2007.
autism.
Think I let that stop me?
I can tell you that you have been bullied for many good reasons.
I
That
continued
autism
on.
is just one small part of
Created,
that.
I worked. And you could do the same. Just, you are beautiful. You are bright.
That's still
And
recharging.
you definitely look very lovely. You look like a woman. Yes, you do.
You will not kill me, demon! You will not
Somebody
kill me,
tells you
demon!
otherwise,
I don't have a target.
you can tell them that
See? Told you
I
that.
said they could take their insults and zap it up theirs.
I can't care.
I
Report
mean,
them
fair
to
point, fair point. It's
the
not a
authorities, your
complete and utter
principal,
lie,
or
yes.
whoever's
It's
nearby
just
and don't.
partly a lie because he's omitting some
Okay.
facts.
Alright. Good luck,
Like the
Gracie.
fact that he's a giant asshole
Stay
and treats
awesome.
people like that.
Zap to the
Which leads to
extreme.
people having the distinct need to bully him for that
The
because,
next
well,
day,
obviously
she
they
wrote
would.
on Twitter a plea for Nintendo to include Sonichu,
But,
Rosechu, and
I mean,
herself
yes,
as playable
let's-
characters in the video game Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Let's try to look at
She
the good when
offered to
it's...
help by providing her
quote
voice
unquote
acting
there.
abilities for all 3 characters.
Yeah, it's gonna be
On
splendid.
December 10th, a Twitter user posted an altered version of the newly released teaser image for the upcoming Sonic the Hedgehog motion picture, modified to appear as if Sonic was Sonichu, and was shared with Christine. She responded, writing that she instinctively knew that the filmmakers would not faithfully recreate the titular Sonic's design. She added that the person who altered the image did not accurately reproduce Sonichu's ears, and told them to try again. The maker of the Sonichu plush doll, which Chris criticized upon receiving it, returned to write that Chris should have instead simply written, "Thank you."
Yes.
Chris replied, stating once
Good
more
job.
that she was sorry for criticizing the plushie before, and reasoned that the reason she tended to be habitually critical was because she was criticized herself many times,
Yes,
and
so
listened
what?
to a lot of critics and analysts. Christine thanked them for the Sonichu plushie again, and then addressed the original poster of the Sonichu poster to thank them for their efforts, but added
Scepter of
that she felt
Light.
that more work could have been put into it.
God damn it, I missed something.
On December 11th, it was believed that Christine's Twitter account was hacked again when it posted a preview clip of a house tour video she had filmed for the Idea Guys earlier in the year, and wrote that the full video would be uploaded if she received
By a Burning
donations
Blade
in
Seer.
excess of $500, urging her followers to think of her quote-unquote feeble mother. The house tour preview was uploaded exactly 5 years after the previous house tour
I mean, it's an
video was
awkward,
uploaded
it's
online.
close.
Chris took back control and deleted the tweet 30 minutes
Yes, I need to
later.
go up the tower.
The next day, her account was hacked again, and 2 more videos filmed for the Idea Guys were posted. One in which she apologizes for being a fuck-up and a pedophile, and another in which she slaps herself repeatedly. Christine quickly deleted the tweets and wrote another.
I mean, to be
denying
fair,
that
you
it was
know,
her doing,
seeing a
and
video of
explained
Chris
that
just
the
slapping
actions seen in
himself
the clips were the result
honestly
of
be
the
rather
Idea Guys,
satisfying.
Joshua Wise,
But not
and
those,
Stephen Boyd,
you know,
and she
disgustingly
pleaded for
little
them to
weak
stay
slaps
out
he
of
gave
her
himself
Twitter
one
account,
time in that
though
video.
it was unlikely
yeah.
them behind
Full
the
on,
hackings.
hitting in the face.
On December 13th,
wanna see some violence.
Christine purchased a used treadmill from Goodwill for $10. She excitedly posted pictures of it on Twitter, writing that it worked great, and she had just finished walking at a speed of 3 miles per hour for 5 minutes.
Yay!
Some observers noticed that there was visible animal feces on the floor in one of the photographs. The following day, Chris wrote a long thread of tweets in reference to her past drawings, depicting her Sonichu characters in sexual scenarios. Yeah, the NSFW direction was not the best impulse I had, even to make one book purposely a controversious one, because it was in at the time, and I was
Yeah,
stretching
that's
my
totally how
artistic
that
license
happened.
and mind in the drawing experiment. Point is, I learned not only from the extended version of Book 8 and other seriously NSFW pieces I ended up drawing, and Idea Guy and Boyd were no help either. I generally am more SFW and positivity driven in my works, drawing total nudes, sex, and other real
if I had
questionable
artistic
things
talent,
are not my usual cup of
One
tea,
thing I would want to
and
draw
I am
is most definitively
not
not
proud
safe for
of
work.
all of the NSFW drawings I ended up making.
Says a lot about my mind,
Especially
doesn't
that
it?
infamous one that I had torn into pieces. Total wishful thinking
Not
gone
bad.
horribly wrong.
Badly.
That one.
That is not a skill I
But I
possess.
really do like the pieces where the
Alas,
couple
alas,
were
we can't have
polygroup is
everything.
cuddling, kissing, hugging, and generally making each other feel happy, appreciates, and loved. I'm still feeling relatively shook up from the worst ones out of that lot, involving myself or Christy, my self counterpart, and my past theoretical and ex-girlfriends, and any humans. It will
2
likely be
months.
long after
Yeah.
the dimension merge that I'll have recovered from that,
Okay, let me
forgiven myself
quickly
fully
take
for the
a
worst
look
of
at
the
something.
NSFW items, and even remotely feel at ease drawing
Right, everything
anything
seems to be
sexual
working.
and slash or revealing again. But
Chris, you quite
fortunately,
literally drew
realizing
porn,
my being
not only because you
bisexual
have
and
been
accepting
tricked
myself
into it, but
for
also as a bit of a
that has been going well.
counter
Hell,
to go
I
like,
even
nah,
ate
my
the
brother
whole
chose a
box of
female, here look,
penis-shaped
she's
gummy
fucking.
candy someone glitter bombed me a year
like,
or so
okay.
ago, with no regret and
Nice.
appreciation.
Good to know.
And I would eat more if I got some, not to mention vagina-shaped candy too. Smiling face with smiling eyes emoji, but I digress. It is still a bumpy and long shaft of a road ahead of me as I face each tunnel
A
and speed
vagina-shaped
bump
candy,
along
eh?
the way. But I'm
I'm-
still riding and surviving.
Well,
And yes, I know the
I'm not even
innuendo
going to
I'm
question
making.
that. Sometimes you
Also
just
on
have to
that
go
day,
with the flow, I
Chris's
guess.
Twitter account was hacked once again, this time writing that her mother, Barbara Ann Weston Chandler, had passed away.
Well,
The
she
tweet
was
was
also
soon
born in
deleted,
1941,
and minutes
apparently.
later, Christine recorded a video
bad.
of her mother confessing that she was still alive.
What a confession
Hey,
to make.
Mom. Say something.
My name is Barbara Chandler.
Are you dead right now?
No,
You're
Well,
very much alive.
yes,
How strong do you feel?
very strong.
Good. Thank you.
As a further measure to prevent hackers, Chris logged out of Twitter on all of her devices, reset her password, wiped her laptop of all data, and installed the Windows 10 operating system. An individual on Twitter wrote
Yikes.
that it was dubious how quickly the tweet written by the hacker was deleted and then the video was recorded and posted. Chris proclaimed that she should not be doubted.
aha.
On December 17th,
Do
she
not
expressed
doubt
her
me.
views on the upcoming Sonic the Hedgehog movie, writing that in addition to actor Jim Carrey being unsuited to play the villain Robotnik, Sonic's shoes were incorrect, and he had blue arms rather than the original tan color. She claimed that the real Sonic himself was ashamed and embarrassed of the movie adaptation
Probably
of
not
his own
abused. Yes,
adventures.
yes.
She then posted a short video of her cat, Sylvia.
Hello, Sylvia. Look at you being so sweet.
Okay, it's like I just wanna fucking take care of some business, cleaning myself. I'm the only bitch around here who cleans herself properly. Probably not even a lie.
That's what a sweet, good little kitty. Yes, you are.
Yeah, I can't stop it. I need to clean myself. Somebody has to do some cleaning
She
around
also
here.
posted a short clip of herself walking on her new treadmill.
Hey, everybody. Checking it out. Just let you know that it is
For
me.
the Alliance.
Where the
Walk
fuck
it.
would I even get that?
Like at 3 miles an hour and counting, baby.
Woohoo!
On December 19th, one of Christine's unpaid debt cases concluded, as she was ordered to pay $2,777.90 to
I
Midland
don't really see it on
Funding.
the map. Let me
Soon
quickly
after,
actually look at
she
Cresta so
rejoiced
that we
on
don't
Twitter
do
that U.S. President
stupid.
Donald Trump declared victory over the terrorist group ISIS, and so U.S. troops were set to leave Syria, praising it as the one thing the Trump of this dimension did right. However, Chris clarified
Then
that
we
she
have to
would
kill
be
some
voting
monarchs
for
again.
Lisa Simpson from the cartoon series The Simpsons in the next presidential elections in
First
the
some
year
water.
2020. The next day, in response to a Twitter user denying her claims of being a goddess, Chris reconfirmed
That's a
that
nice-
she was a goddess
triple one
and that
even.
she had electricity
Jesus
slash
Christ.
lightning zapping through her body for 2 nights. Claiming
Luckily,
she was
I was
surviving
prepared for
thousands
that.
to millions of volts of electricity passing
Because see,
through her.
I took
She
advantage of
assured
working
the doubter that she
at,
would
you
make
know,
a
the
video
food stuff
showcasing
right
her
now.
powers and
I
all her
got
alleged
for free
spouses after the merge was
some
completed.
smoothies.
On December 22nd, Chris
Ah,
acknowledged
gotta
that
drink one
people
now.
have been growing impatient
Oh boy,
regarding
just
the
because
merge,
you asked me
but
to.
remained
Shit, just
adamant that it would happen at any moment. She reasoned that
I
her
will,
frequent spells
because, you know, I
of
can't really
déjà
drink
vu
this
were
whole
confirmation
thing. I
of her
probably
experiencing predictions
die
she had
or
received
something.
in past dreams.
Which is why I'm gonna
and
combine
visions.
it, because this
Chris
one is
wrote
actually
that she even had more than
only
2
good
déjà
today,
vu
according to the
moments
date
while
on
in
it.
counsel with
Which
her
is why you got it for free, to
psychiatrist,
be fair.
which left her psychiatrist
cheers.
flabbergasted. She concluded that the surges of electricity she could feel through her body was evidence that she was a conduit for the dimensional merge taking place.
Jesus.
On
Eh, that
Christmas
was a good
Day,
bit of water.
Christine's Twitter account was hacked
quick
once
zip.
again. and someone claiming
Yes.
to be Magichan posted a document regarding the so-called Teen Troon Squad. In the document,
Still not getting used to the taste,
supposed
but
Magichan
well,
claimed
what can I
that
say?
he was in possession of one of the
Some more water.
teenagers, Lucas's, body, and was using it to type out his message. He revealed Lucas's full legal name, home address, and phone number.
I feel...
Continued to explain that the group of
Feel liquidy.
transgender teenagers would regularly meet up in
that's
Lucas's
one more
home
bit of
to
water,
smoke
shall we say.
marijuana, most likely without his mother's knowledge.
Okay.
Magichan closed by stating that due to
Okay,
an apparent
I have
time
got water
dilation,
done.
the
I
merge
will
in
take
the
it
real-life
with,
dimension of 1218 would be completed in
I don't
20
even know what to
years'
take
time.
that with.
At the end of the document
just
was
take
a
it.
previously unreleased photograph of Chris with
Yes.
the Teen Troon Squad.
Probably the
To
best
seemingly
reaction.
counteract the leak of information, Lucas himself then posted the video he filmed of
Gosh,
Chris
fucking
apparently
damn it.
kissing her
Elemental.
wife Grizel while high.
Can't do that.
He also wrote another tweet implicating QB Farms user and guard dog, the captain, as the person who took control of Chris's account and leaked Lucas's private information. Lucas
Hey.
revealed that the captain was in his late 30s and also posted his supposed phone number. Chris then took back control of her Twitter account to write that she was shocked by the revelation from her supposed husband, who had allegedly been previously warned about giving away personal information, or doxing. She stated that the merge was imminent and told her followers to enjoy the rest of their waking days. Chris said
Until
that she was
die.
enjoying her time
Dun, dun,
by playing the
dun.
recently purchased video game, Starlink. At first, she seemed to be dismayed to hear that the merge might be delayed by 20 years, but then she decided that while the majority of people on Earth would be hibernating for 20 years
yes,
as the
the
merge
merge.
developed, Christine herself, along with a select few destined to
Then we
follow
meet
her,
all of the
would
original
remain
creations
awake
of
to
everyone.
uphold
Isn't
their
that gonna
destiny.
be fun?
On December
It's gonna be
30th,
so fucking
Lucas
cool.
made his Twitter account available for
Unbelievable.
direct
But hey.
messaging, in case anyone was interested in learning
All of
the
them
full
waifus.
story about his involvement with Christine.
Wouldn't
On
that
that
be
same
lovely?
day, someone
Jesus
claiming
Christ,
to be
Nagas,
Lucas
could you come
went
one
to
at
the
a
image
time?
board 8chan to
There's only
post a
so
photo
many
of a drawing
I'm
and
willing to
medallion
surf at the same
depicting
time.
Lucas's sonetry form, both made by Chris.
Disgusting.
Next day, the same person
Very,
proceeded
very,
to
very
upload
disgusting.
the video in which a naked Christine had pretend sex with her supposed husband, Magichan, which she had filmed for the Idea Guys in early 2018. The leaker,
Yeah, thanks for
as
reminding.
Lucas, pleaded for people to stop texting him, linking to his recent Twitter post. He claimed that he would tell the whole story if people stopped texting and calling him. On Twitter, Lucas claimed that he was not the person to have leaked Chris's sex tape, alleging that it was the doing of the Idea Guys. In a further tweet, Lucas wrote that he only used Twitter, and if there were screenshots from other sites of individuals claiming to be him, then they were imitators. Upon learning about the
Yeah,
leaks
sure.
herself, Christine tweeted that she was very angry at Lucas, mostly for insulting his own special Sonichu. She also wrote that she would not buy Lucas alcohol, since he was under the legal age to buy it himself. On
It's
New Year's
that
Eve,
supposed
Chris
to
wrote
be
several
saying
posts
something?
referring to the countdown to the end of the year and the apparent
Ah,
dimensional
well,
merge
even.
that was to take place at any moment.
Final countdown.
In the final hours of the day, Chris wrote a list of best
Extra
moments for
final
her in
countdown.
2018,
Yes,
which
yes,
included
yes.
meeting friends and allies.
Finally, we
from
learn
both
all of the
dimensions,
secrets of them evil
discovering
hentai
that she was in fact a
protagonists.
Sonichu,
Wouldn't we all
marrying
be interested in
Magichan,
that?
Grizel, Sylvana, and Mewtwo, and being bestowed
Would be
with
one
the
hell of an amusing
memories,
meetup, though.
powers, and soul of CPU Blueheart. On January 1st, 2019,
Sadly, I think we'll
Christine
have to
announced that the
wait
merge
a bit longer
between
for that.
Dimensions 1218 and C197 was still in progress, but was being delayed due to apparent damn red tape. She wrote that she still remained married to her 4 spouses, but confessed that there was still room for one more person from
Sure.
the real-life dimension.
Like, well, you've
On
already
that
got
same
4.
day,
What's one
Lucas
more
wrote
gonna
in
do,
reply
eh?
to another party that he was very disliked by the people of the QB Farms. A newly created Twitter account then wrote to him
Well,
that he
well.
brought this negative attention onto himself. Lucas then shared a notification he received, showing that the mysterious new Twitter user was in his contact list on his phone. Lucas elaborated that the only 2 contacts that he thought might do something like this were Christine and the captain. By this point, the captain had stopped posting on QE Farms for over a month, but was last seen quietly observing threads on the site in the last week of December 2018. He had been getting pressure for spending too much of his leisure time away from his wife and daughter to deal with Chris's affairs, and was looking to take a break. As Lucas implied, it is possible that the captain, who for months was wishing for the teen Troon Squad to leave Chris's life, took control of her Twitter account and posed as a troll pretending to be Magi-chan and leaked Lucas's private information to scare him away as one final act to help Chris. It is
That
then
captain
theorized
has really
that he was
invested a
the
lot
one
of time and
responsible for
energy.
pretending to be Lucas while leaking videos recorded for the Idea Guys, as he was one of the only people who could easily retrieve Christine's account password and be in the possession of the Idea Guys videos. After this time, both the captain and the teen
It
Troon
is a
Squad
possibility,
ceased
yes.
contact with Chris. From this recent turn of events, it was apparent that meddling in Christine's life, no matter with good intentions or bad, was bound to only bring trouble for all involved.
Yes,
As
it took
those
you
who
that long
got
to
too
realize
close
that.
had to deal with the negative
Jesus
fallout,
Christ.
Chris
Took you a
careened
long
on,
while to realize.
changing rules for her life to form as many comfortable cushions as possible, to brace herself for whatever inevitable blow may come.
I mean, obviously at some point life will not be as lenient, forgiving as it has been, because life has been very, very, very forgiving for Chris so far. Many chances have been offered. I think there's only one part after this in the series. Which means the series is not actually, technically speaking, finished yet. It's a work in progress. But that also gives us a nice opportunity to take a break and come back once there's actually more of it. Because, you know, sometimes you just need a tiny break. I think we're going to finish that particular episode today, so we get it out of our way. Then we can focus on other things. Might actually keep the format though.
What made her this way?
Suddenly got louder.
What is the
Bit too loud
attraction?
for my taste.
What keeps us fascinated? This is the story of Chris Chan.
Yes, as sad as it is still the fucking crossing story of fucking Chris. Part 60 fucking 8. Or LXV1111.
On January
If you will
2nd,
do that.
2019, Christine revealed on Twitter that she would not be attending the MagFest convention that year, for she heard no word of any Sonichu-related panels. In addition, she
Very
claimed to
important,
feel
yes.
increasing superpowers due to the dimensional merge, which included levitating all over the place. But due to the real-world Dimension 1218's reality restrictions, no one could witness the act.
Yeah,
It
that's
was
how
around
that works.
this time that Jacob Sockness, an individual who fell in love with Christine but then grew to hate her as she failed to notice his messages on social media, claims
Oh,
to
really
have
remember that
stolen
guy.
the dimensional merge away from Chris and also put a curse on her. Sockness alleged that he tied the merger portal to a witchcraft temple which he fashioned himself, and that the merger would take place
Ah,
in his
yes,
home
when the
in San
crazy
Francisco
attracts
and
more
not in
crazy,
Chris's
then
house. On January
all
3rd,
things are good and
Christine
great in
donated
life.
$20 to a fundraising campaign on the site GoFundMe.
You
to
don't
help
have
pay
the money for
an
that, Chris.
individual's
Stop
appendicitis
doing that,
operation.
please.
The next day, YouTuber Gino Samuel teased on Twitter the return of his Chris Chan, a comprehensive history documentary series on his Gino Samuel 2.1 channel, and was set to upload on February 24th, Chris's birthday. Chris shared the post, admitting that her birthday fell on a Sunday that year. Also on that day,
I do love
Christine
how
was
our narrator
interviewed
is
by
actually
one
commenting on
Jack
himself,
Dalton,
and
the
that's
recording
actually
was
on
soon after
in third
uploaded
person.
to YouTube.
I think it was
I mean, you could have
2014,
gone
is that
and
right? You
just go
became,
like, I
female?
announced, or
And,
teased,
yeah,
but no.
I wanted to ask, what made you realize that you were a female?
Well, I had, throughout my life, I had exhibited, but not totally realized my, feminine habits and traits. And then it became more apparent to
Finally.
me that I was definitely soulfully a woman due to the vision I had where I saw myself in my past lifetime sitting by a tree at Woodstock. I was like, and I was a woman then, so...
Well, if you're a woman at Woodstock, you probably had massive amounts of sex. What the fucking drugs? It's fucking Woodstock, what would you expect?
Yeah, and I also know you had a lot of gal pals, so I kind of get it too. What's your favorite game franchise?
Game
Franchise, yes.
And aside from Sonic and Pokemon, I really like Tetris.
Tetris. That's an interesting
I
choice.
also got into, and definitely like also the Hyper Dimension Insignia series.
Well,
Man, that's
Especially since I'm more into it because I'm a CPU myself now. You see that? Ah, there's my mother!
yeah. I hear Deborah.
Alright, Mom, be safe, I love you!
Hi, Deborah.
Her name's Barbara.
Or Barbara. Sorry, I'm not really good with names. I hope she doesn't think I'm a troll or something.
yeah, don't worry.
She knows about this area. I'm flying through space.
When did you come to terms with your situation? You know, that you currently had, you know, constant mockery and whatnot.
Well, with the trolls and whatnot, I pretty much came to terms with it and started.
You totally came to terms with it. You totally don't try at any point to accuse every of your missteps on the trolls. Basically, become your general excuse for everything. You think something goes wrong? It's the trolls. It rains on a fine day. The trolls. The sun shines too brightly. It's the trolls. Just in a nutshell these days.
It's been very good. Been very delightful. Everything.
And at some point, we just gotten used to it and accepted that. Yep. Right in a nutshell.
I'm definitely not the only one who could see them with my true sight.
Yeah, I did see a video of you kissing one of your wives.
Kissing Crizel.
Yeah.
Not to dox my friend there who ended up being named as the one who uploaded it, and I'm not gonna say his name on this video or dox him.
You would ask if you want to see that, but too late. Too late. We had the pleasure.
Possessed by the dark side, and I just want you to know that I forgive you. You're still cool in my eyes. I know you haven't done worse. I'd definitely like you and I to still be friends, and I still have the Christmas presents to give you and the other two friends. I definitely want to hang out with them because they're
Well, gang, the tender human creatures, shall we?
I care about.
You sorceresses.
Also on that
Sorceress.
day, Christine, for unclear reasons, believed that she experienced an assassination attempt by a certain Sonichu created by the exiled Draco, who was routinely uploading videos on YouTube of the Sonichu comics with himself providing the voices for all the characters.
I am the prophesized master.
Chris addressed the supposed attack via Twitter. At the exiled Draco,
I am
your
unable to
Sonichu
run
OC
away,
personally
but I
paid
can
me a
dance.
visit tonight. He attempted assassination of me with commands from within.
Well,
your
bloody
subconscious.
damn shitty of him to
I
fail
saw
that
him
horrible then,
coming
isn't
and
it?
Stopped him. What do you have to say for yourself on behalf of your OC's behavior? The exiled
Nothing.
Draco denied the accusation, claiming that his original character, Exiled Sonichu, or X, was mischievous but not murderous, and that the creator never would command X to kill anyone. Chris later returned to explain the attack in detail. Good afternoon. Firstly, Magichan was a witness. He was in the bathroom with me, sitting nearby as I showered. X appeared behind me through a device generates portal. Initially,
Sure.
I partially recognized him, and Magichan was able to fully identify him as your OC, X, without a doubt. He was attempting to assassinate me. at least
Assamate
with a
me.
prank.
Yeah.
He had become in talks
Actually,
with
do
a
I need to
small
kill
group
more
of haters
minions? Yes, I
against
do.
me. Magichan talked with him.
Sorry,
and discussed how
dragging you
important
along,
it was.
creature.
But one thing he would not exist
forgot I
if
needed to
wasn't
kill you.
around. And then a friend of X's showed up to retrieve him. He had a knife in his hand, but I felt his Portalian presence, so I grabbed him by the wrist and lifted him up.
Sure
A dark
you
blue
did,
Sonichu
Chris. Sure
that
you
could be
did.
mistaken for a bad recolor OC of myself, or Christie. He got a good talking to, as well. No charges or punishment will be ensued against either of them or yourself. I
Charges.
promise. At the Exile
Against the
Draco,
fantasy
I
creature.
only wanted to inform you of the matter and get
Sounds
your thoughts.
reasonable.
This event was one that was fated to happen anyway. But aside from that, I'd like to let this be an example for those with such hatred-filled thoughts against us in their heads. We all are together and capable of defending each other. I am able to feel it coming and stop it from happening. Thank you. The exiled Draco responded again to claim
I
that
would
X was
assume, Chris,
innocent
you
and
couldn't
that
even see
Chris's
my
story
punch
did not
coming, and
reflect
I'm
X's
definitely
supposed
not in any
history
shape or
and known
form.
character traits.
A good Wonder
Another
Kid.
Twitter user interjected to suggest that the assassination attempt may have been merely imagined by Chris.
You
Christine
don't say.
denied that it was her imagination, since she allegedly could physically interact with a Sonachu by whacking it with a half-full hair conditioner bottle. The Twitter user replied, saying that there may be a chance Chris was hallucinating, which may indicate a developing mental illness, urging her to seek
Probably,
help.
yes.
Chris
Mental
defended
illness
her
sounds very
experience
reasonable
by
at this
pointing
point.
out that QB Farms user and former guard dog, the captain, had apparently met with Machichan, in addition to others witnessing him being with Chris as well.
Sure, Chris.
On January 6th, Christine used her alternative Nightstar Twitter account to check the most recent updates from My Little Pony related creator Lightning Bliss, who had previously
Hey, there's one
blocked
of the right
Chris's main
ones.
account. Chris then after wrote a string of tweets denying claims that she was one of the awful bad trolls.
It's really
and did
nothing
not
new
target
that
or
Chris is
harass
just
anyone.
continuously
She wrote
breaking,
that she
so
spread kindness, love,
meh.
and support, and stood up for anyone who was being harassed
Never really
or
put
bullied.
that
She
point of
closed
views
by writing that she was unable to help those in
trying to
need
sort of
if she were
testing or
blocked, and pleaded for others
even
to
claimed
not do to
otherwise,
her what her
because, you know, it's
half-brother, Cole
pretty
Smithy,
obvious that
had
Chris is
done,
losing
and blocked
any
her Twitter
grip on
account
reality ever
because
had,
it
so
ticked
meh.
her off when
Boop.
her kindness and
Boop.
support was blocked.
I need to find
Later
more sea
on,
bitches
she
and kill them.
begrudgingly advertised an old item for sale on eBay. A telephone
yeah, maybe a
shaped with
psychosis is coming
mascots
along
of
the way.
Multicolored, button-shaped chocolates, M&Ms,
That or whatever
because
sort of
Chris's mother,
medicine
Barbara,
he was supposed to be
yelling at her
taking, he hasn't
about
taken
money.
in
On the
far
7th,
too
Chris
long.
rhetorically asked her Twitter followers what would a mix of apple flavor and berry flavor Fanta be called, before announcing that it would be named Blue Applery.
Blue
On
Apple.
January 10th,
Okay.
a concerned individual
Not
who had
too
known about
creative, but I
Christine
guess for
a
Chris that's an
relatively short
okay
time
effort.
called Adult Protective Services in an attempt to have her living situation examined in the form of a wellness check. He recorded the phone
I
conversation
guess we can
and then shared it on
kill
QB
the
Farms
bitches later.
under his freshly created account.
Yep,
Chris
kill
Psychology.
bitches later.
I'm concerned about the safety and well-being of someone in Ruckardsville under the name of Christine Weston Chandler.
Okay,
Well, who
Do you
wouldn't
need
be?
her address? Would you like to hear more?
I know the answer.
Okay.
Of course.
It appears to be that she's trans. It appears that she's not able to take care of herself, as well as her mother, who may or may not be suffering from dementia. Her mother is calling her by her older brother's name, and her older brother has been living out of state for a very long time. Christine seems to be suffering from delusions, which are worsening over time and fed into by strangers over the internet. And her family and herself have displayed habits of compulsive hoarding, and from other outside sources and videos she posts from the internet, she appears to recklessly spend her money, and we're not sure of her financial stability, and we're also not sure if she has any plans of what's to happen when Barbara dies. We're just concerned and want the best
Yes,
for
you
her,
should be concerned.
and want to make sure she gets the help she needs. Honestly, sir.
So, I mean, obviously, I'm aware of the situation.
So,
You're not
no
the first
surprise.
person to call. In fact, you're not even probably the fifth person to call. The issues that we have with the situation are that we can't force cooperation unless we have very serious and provable risk of danger to herself or the Barbara, which we aren't able to prove at this time. So is there something recently happening that is raising the level of concern? You call it now?
She has been posting on her Twitter that she feels that the characters she creates are living in a different dimension and everything's going to merge, and She said that she's like experiencing psychic
Just listing all of that
powers,
off really makes it
moving
sound
things
bad,
in
doesn't
her
it?
mind, and just overall down the rabbit hole.
My concern is that the online activity of Persona and everything that goes into it may not actually be the real personality and the real belief, the real situation that's going on. I can't force cooperation. I can't force entry to the home, and I can only, question to an extent that they will allow. So it's just hard for me to really nail down any actual underpinning to everything that is online. Because I agree, what's online is absurd.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you that on our end, whenever we get information in like this that raises our concern level again.
Yeah, but there's a problem. It's really not that easy to force an adult into anything to a decent degree state. Even if, by all accounts, some outside help would be most definitively required.
Was that everything you had at this point?
At this point, for now, yes.
Oh, there are some sorceresses.
Ridiculed
Nice.
by members of the Kiwi Farms for trying to meddle in Chris's life, and soon had his social media profiles, parents' home address, and personal and nude photos shared on the site.
Well.
He then deleted his Twitter account and closed his Discord servers. Also on January 10th, Chris highlighted that the belt on her recently purchased treadmill caused her to slip and interfered with her exercise, so she received a new replacement belt, courtesy of a Twitter friend, done in preparation to her participation in the hashtag BronyBabes weight loss campaign, started by a small group of My Little Pony fans,
BronyBabes,
which included Lightning Bliss. Later that day, Chris unveiled her new Lego construction,
I mean,
a representation of her CPU Blueheart goddess persona.
It's so
The next
mildly
day, her Twitter account was supposedly
compared to
taken
everything
over
else
by
I'm
her
hearing,
supposed
so
husband,
doesn't shock me any longer.
who wrote a plea for people to stop harassing her and the people with whom she conversed. He claimed that Emmanuel,
It works
or
well,
God,
doesn't it?
was also disappointed in all the trolls and bullies. Magi-chan vowed to personally visit all those who left Chris hurtful comments and drain their memories of any technological knowledge. The artist of the art of Magi-chan that Chris attached in her final tweet, Captain Taco 2345, entered the thread to highlight that Christine did not credit him, and so left several tweets to bring more attention to himself and his work. Chris soon after acknowledged the artist and gave him credit, sharing his profile. The next day, after exercising on her treadmill, Chris alerted her followers of the latest
Lord
data
Kuragaru,
Fitbit, revealing that she weighed 209.7 pounds.
Ouch, that's quite weight.
Down to between 200 and 179 pounds. The next day, she posted a selfie of herself for the hashtag BronyBabes campaign. Also on the 12th, Chris filmed and then posted a short video of snow falling outside her house.
Okay, did that too. What do we need to kill? Two more
It was around this
Byrmidons.
time that a small group of individuals began scheming about how to gain Christine's trust and influence her. Twitter
Again.
user Megan K. Ringo, or
It's actually surprising that that game never seems to grow old
by encouraging
some
and
people.
agreeing with her statements concerning the dimensional merge, and even confessing to being the supposed CPU goddess of the Nintendo Switch game console. A friend of hers found Christine's phone number, and to make her surprise, Chris replied to her text messages. She was being advised in how to interact with Chris by one Owls, who was known as CPU Turquoise Heart by Chris.
Turquoise Heart, eh?
Maker Nightwing then created
This
a private
gets
server
worse.
on the online chatting application Discord called Sons of Miscreants,
Just
where she
gets
asked
worse.
for others to join and participate in her scheme. She elaborated in the private chat that she did not aim to feed Chris's delusions, but rather offer her friendly advice and be
You
a source
are
of moral
feeding
support.
Chris's
Maker
delusions
also highlighted
very
that
much
those in the
so.
Discord should not troll Christine, and that everyone should create their own CPU goddess persona and Sonichu character before contacting her and pretend to be gifted with the spirits of console goddesses. As Maker Nightv continued contacting Christine and earning her trust by supporting her words on Twitter and sending her fan art, Chris asked for Maker to befriend her former friend, Megan Schroeder, but Maker rejected her request, as she didn't want Megan to be put through any more Chris-related drama. At another point, Chris seemed to have grown more interested in Maker Nightv, as she was, according to Maker, being molded into a mini Christine by telling her to make her own medallion utilizing Chris's crystals. Inspired by Chris's alleged marriage to her own characters, Maker revealed on Twitter that she apparently was in a relationship with her original character, Nightv, a statement which Christine acknowledged and liked.
Of course.
On January 12th, Twitter user
Is anyone really surprised?
who was part of
Nope,
Maker
nope,
Nightv's
nope,
Discord,
nope,
told Christine's
no.
detractors to leave her alone and stop the hate because she was a human like everyone else. Chris thanked them for
That's
their
a lie,
support,
though.
but corrected their statement to clarify that she was allegedly half human and half Sonichu.
See? Even Chris
To this
disagrees.
day, a user criticizing Maker for feeding Chris's psychotic delusions was replied to by Maker herself, who clarified that Christine's ideas were not delusions and that they were too blind to see the truth. Christine thanked Maker for defending her, pitying the haters for they did not possess, quote-unquote, true sight.
Yes, they have another form of true sight. Reality sight, I like to call it. It allows you to see what reality is for what it is.
The original forms of shapeshifters, among other abilities.
That's D&D to bitch boy.
Noted that her description of true sight was copied from the description of the ability of the same name, seen in the tabletop game Dungeons and Dragons.
I know.
Chris then wrote a new tweet to direct all business inquiries to the email
That's basically a
address
one-on-one
Christine
quote even.
at quickfill.us, adding that since she was a female, she asked all who contacted her to refer to her with the correct pronouns.
Aha.
On January 14th, in response to more members of the My Little Pony fandom being exposed as pedophiles, a Twitter user attempted to add Christine to the list by sharing a private message written by a member of the so-called Teen Troon Squad, Lucas, in which he claimed she inappropriately touched, hugged, and kissed the teenagers. Chris denied the accusations, claiming the message was taken out of context and that she was solely being entertaining or kind to the teens.
Sure.
She restated that she would never be attracted to minors. She later added that it would be fair for her to be demonized if conclusive evidence of her being a pedophile surfaced, but highlighted that the evidence must not be cropped or photoshopped, and that inflatable sex dolls should not count, regardless of whatever imagery was printed onto them.
Okay, Chris, really,
fear of prejudice
stop it.
because she had proven herself better in the decades since the trolling began, and that she usually did not engage in adult conversations with those under the legal age or those who did not make the first move on her consensually. The individual
That still implies that you would make a move on somebody under the age if they were to make the first move.
Stated that she was absolutely a creep and needed to get help in the form of therapy.
Really,
Also
really
on that
suspicious,
day,
yeah.
after sharing the
Suspicious
profile
is
of Chaotic
is
Chimera,
very
a My Little
macho,
Pony-related
yes.
artist who was in need of financial
Fucking
help,
Chris.
Christine was blocked by the artist and wrote a string of tweets to express
You
her
always
anger.
must make it worse. It's like, oh, but
I am
please
all
don't
too
count
well
sex
aware of the
puppet
risks
plays.
involved,
No matter what
especially the
image I
haters
throw on
looking
it.
to target and
Why would
harass
you even
those of
mention
who
it?
I am trying to
Why?
be kind and supportive of, or simply talk to, with, or about. I am not fond of the haters and harassing types, and I do not condone their bullying of anyone. But I have faith in the common sense of everyone in being able to simply block those who actually do the harassing and hating instead of me. I remain the victim of circumstances every time someone blocks me instead of blocking the actual haters who harass.
Yes, you get blocked.
Look at my tweet history
Or your
on
own brand
@QuickSonichu.
of
Do you see me
harassment.
making any such harassment or hurtful commentary to anyone who is innocent of hating or harassing? Absolutely not.
Oh, yes, you do.
All I did was relay that
You
Chaotic
accuse
Chimera
people of
needed
being
money,
trolls at the
so I
drop of a
relayed
hat,
the link
and then
to her
you
tweet
insult
about her
them.
dilemma.
So,
What
you
happened?
know,
The
your
haters
kind
harassed
spiel
her,
is kinda
and
not
I got
working.
blocked. I did not make any such negative commentary. Not one word from me.
Shut up,
And
Chris.
yes, I get
Stop
blocked
lying.
over the actual haters. Do you all know how I feel every time I learn that someone I follow, like, and respect on Twitter blocks me? I freaking hit the wall
It's
after
the
running
fucking
at Mach
internet. Who
speeds.
does
That's
you
how I
think
feel.
cares about
And
that
the shock
shit?
freaking hurts. And sharing miscontent about me with anyone, especially that which is more than a decade old, is garbage. Sigh. But I digress. My main goal here is helping the artist by relaying her link.
Just
That
now
is
you were
all.
accused
I do not
of,
want to
you know,
hear
being
or
a
see
pedophile.
anyone
Yeah, that's
harassing
totally
or
the person that I
hating on
wanna
her or her family. Thank you.
be
The next day, Chris wrote
in any
that
way
she was
connected
staying
to.
positive and grounding her emotions with the help of her supposed husband, Magi-chan,
Yep,
sharing
totally.
a photo of Lego figurines representing herself, Magi-chan.
Kinda
and the
would
cartoon
admit that you're
character,
now blocking them
Unity.
preemptively just because it's
Later
probably
on,
the right
her
move
Twitter
to make.
acquaintance Ting Tings drew a stylized, athletic reimagining of Chris
But
to
well,
encourage her
I
on her
digress
weight
in this
loss
particular
journey.
case, don't I?
On January
happening?
16th, Christine attended her scheduled hearing regarding her case of unpaid debt to second round sub. The case concluded, and she was ordered to pay $2,476.63.
No continuation this time.
After she
Oh,
got
it's
back home,
rare.
Chris took part in the hashtag 2009 versus 2019 challenge on Twitter, in which people compared themselves to how they were 10 years prior. Chris posted a photo of himself from 2009, along with a recent picture, admitting that back then, Chris was very nerdy and naive. Afterwards, she asked Twitter support for the reasons why she remained unverified on the platform, despite
you know.
providing the verification team with her driver's license image twice.
Makes you
and that
wonder,
everyone
does
knew her.
Twitter want to verify
On January
that?
17th,
I
she
wouldn't want
lashed
to
out
verify
at
that.
her haters when she discovered that My Little Pony Associated creator Eliora had blocked her on Twitter. She added that she loathed being blocked by bullies, quote-unquote, yapping on about her, leaving her feeling like she hit another wall.
Once
running.
again, that's everybody else's
3
fault,
days
but not
later,
Chris's.
She was angered once more upon
Alas.
finding out she had gotten
Alas.
blocked by My Little Pony related creator Dusty Cat after complimenting artwork done for him because her haters responded to anything
What
she
is
shared
it?
online, in addition to those aiming to further her delusions by discussing a supposed civil war occurring in Quickville. In addition, she reminded her followers of all the other individuals who had blocked her over the recent years. Chris then
brings you
considered
here?
protecting her Twitter account, meaning that only select and trusted people
have
could
just
view
the
her
thing for
profile,
you.
inspired by the actions of the illustrator and voiceover artist Doopy Doover, who had also blocked her. Chris was tempted to
Wise
block
choice.
out all her haters at the expense of her genuine fans, and was sure, as when she pepper sprayed the feet of the alleged jerk assistant manager of the GameStop in 2014, that she would do it if left with no other choice. On January 21st, Christine
Don't
wrote an
declare
extended
that
Twitter
reasonable
thread
way to react,
discussing an
yes,
apparent
sure.
war in the dimension C-197, and also read out the
Christine,
thread
okay,
in a
nutshell.
YouTube video posted that same day.
Hello, everybody. Christine Chandler coming to you live from home once again in the utility
What do you
room.
need?
And
For the
this time
whore.
I got a
What
whopper
is
speech for
what?
everybody that needs to be
Ah,
well
then how late
heard
is it?
and listened.
Yes, it is getting late.
I've just
Very
talked
late
with the
even,
war rebels
especially
and
considering that I
haters
have
in
one
Dimension
more
C197,
early shift tomorrow.
and I'm gonna share
Why the
this
fuck am I having a
statement
mix-up of
with the
early,
rebels
late, and then another
haters
early
here
one?
in
I
this
don't
world
know.
and dimension.
I hate it.
For those who don't
But I'll
know,
take it.
this war is between the CPUs,
Which means I have to get up in
console patron units,
round about 4 fucking hours.
deities, heroes, superheroes,
Greetings.
and
Now
the
that is not a
villains
pain
and
in the ass.
supervillains who are acting
Then I
against
don't
the
know.
prophecies
Let's see
and
if there's an in-up
destinies
here. That would be
that
amazing.
all have been happening, are happening, and shall happening.
I have a distinct feeling there is
Shall be
none.
happening. We, the
But we'll
heroes
try anyway.
and deities, do what we all
Just
must
hope for
to
the best.
stand and fight
then-
to defend the good
Well, then
of
it's
both
Friday
worlds
again,
and
isn't it?
dimensions.
Jesus
And I
Christ.
do understand
Week is already over again.
and recognize
Amazing.
how all of you thinking I am not making progress in myself and around me,
But fucking damn it, game.
I am making progress in myself. I'm
Where's my
developing my
Hearthstone?
brain further. I'm
Rom
getting
Goal
stronger on
Base
my
Camp. Yeah, it's a bit
superpowers
far
and
away, game. I'm not
everything.
gonna teleport all the way over there if I
You
wanna
all
do
just
some
do
more
not
stuff in
understand.
Desolace now, will I?
Because y'all close
I
yourselves
kinda wanna
off.
do some more stuff in
So
Desolace.
here's the thing.
Two more quests. You'll probably get to level 39 and a bit at the very least still around here, and then I'll probably change, or maybe I'll change the area in between again. Kinda.
Or
Maybe now.
Trump's freaking wall. Really taking money.
At this point you have seen that I like to be all over the fucking place. Doing a few quests here, doing a few quests there. Are you in?
It's about all of you, the haters, and how y'all need to
Nope.
find something else to focus
Well,
your
we
hatred
fucking
upon.
tried, at the very
I will
least.
recommend this.
Next
as I
time we
did
do
the
some...
haters and rebels and see when
Yeah,
I
we're gonna
said
do the
earlier
Kodo
tonight.
hunting, because that is kinda annoying, because you have to travel around a bit and
Reinforced bag
bone
of
collect the
sand.
thing. Because
Even
that's
those of
basically,
y'all
you
who
know,
are stuck to a chair
down there,
in perma
not really
epic
much
fail.
work.
Y'all can still reach out and punch a bag.
That leaves us with a whole another 20 minutes of Christian. And then I think we have reached actually the end of what is available at the moment. Let's check that, shall we? Yeah, see, that's the end. Just to make absolutely sure we're going to reload this fucking page. And we see it's still the fucking last part. Damn it, there's already a fucking teaser for the next one. An Arctic documentary. That's a tone change. I like it. I like it very much. Something new. Oh well. Let's see. Maybe we'll actually, now I do kind of got used to his voice at this point, so we might actually watch a bit more of him. The background. Oh, something very, very much different. Because now that I have the option of actually doing some small thing in the background while streaming, I might indulge myself and do a bit more of that. If I find something that is entertaining enough, honestly. I do think there's still going to be many more parts to come, isn't there? Because honestly, we're still a bit behind the times. I think we are moving in the year 2019 at this point, so it's still roughly 2 and a few months behind current date. Some water, I shall indulge myself. Probably a good idea. So I head off to bed. Yeah. You too, little Terry. Keep at it. Now I shall meet you all at you. Have a good one and all of that. And let's quickly see who dropped by, shall we? Always good to end on a good and well-known note, isn't it? Well then, first and foremost we have the YouTube side. We have the little Snowy dropping by for a bit. Surprisingly enough, no little Walter being all Cyrillic about it, but well. On the other hand, we got a bot. We're like, yes, Schmaxy girls here. It's like, aha. Yes, I'm sure. The whole internet is apparently filled to 99.9% with desperate sluts that just want your dangly bits. For some mystical reasons they want yours specifically. They don't know you, but they want yours specifically. Who knows? Maybe the cosmos has spoken. Maybe that is all that is. Maybe it's just a fucking bot. Questions need not asked and need not answered, because, well, there's no reason for that. Then we have El Leftico side, and we have, well, a rather random guest, Little William, coming by. Ouch, Neverwinter Nights, his presence has dimmed quite a bit, but she's still around. Let's not forget about his existence. No, he's still there. Just a bit more quiet than normally. Next in line we had, well, a little strategy member. Call me boy and staying. A bit more of that horrible nonsense. Once again making the point that, yes, that grip on reality is really not present any longer. If it ever was present, to be fair. And next in line we have good old little Terry, coming boy. To water on me most brutally and with murderous intent, I can only assume. 4 in a row. That's pretty damn amazing, isn't it? You saved up your points, didn't ya? Very good. Continue saving up your points. At some point you'll do great things, son. Great things, I tell ya. Yes. Or not. Because the water one is just so tempting. See, At some point, water will become the most priced one, just because Terry produces inflation to no end. Because you know how it is with demand. Higher the demand rises, the more the prices tend to rise too, because people want to make money off of that. Not that I get many money with the points. But yes, let's simulate some basic economics, shall we? Just out of funds. Or maybe not, because that would actually be work and I'm not necessarily willing to do any more work at the moment. I am severely lacking the energy to do so. But time will come. Sometime next year, I tell you, when I finally get some off time. We'll be playing a whole lot. I'll be sleeping a whole lot. And the combination of that will lead to me having a much more energy. That will do some cool things. Yes, bam. That's such a nice journal buff. But yeah, I think that was everybody. Yes. As for everybody else on the emo lurking side, you feel appreciated too. Pat yourself on the shoulder for a job well done indeed. And well, I do hope to see you all again tomorrow. As tomorrow is, well, no, technically speaking, it is already Friday, so today we'll be playing some more KOTOR, which means I have to once again play around with my fucking screen resolution because that game is cancer to capture, but well, I started it now and I'll fucking finish it. Even if that takes fucking a lot of energy out of me too, because it's like meh. Dad, we have a message from little Terry. It was like meh. I mean, I saw your last message, but actually you couldn't type any longer. Well, I received it. Thank you very much, little Terry. You too. You too. And I'll see you around. Not like I'm not gonna be around every single day. After all, I mean, you know, quite many chances. To be fair. But yeah. With that said, I don't have anything else. Oh yeah, there's that thing about the... Yeah. But that's work related. I don't think I have anything stream related that would need addressing right about now. As tomorrow is another one of those days where I have an early shift that I can't actually tell you when it's gonna be over and if I actually need a bit of a nap after that, because, well, I have to do this particular job for not, you know, the agreed upon 8 hours, but the more likely and more reasonable 11 hours that I had today. Then, yeah. I might find myself a bit in the need of doing some actual napping. Otherwise that would be one hell of a very slow, sleepy stream. I don't feel the need to do that now, do I? Might be a bit late, but apart from that, everything should be good and working. We hope. And with that final good note, once again have a good one and